You want to be remembered. You want your name to mean something. You want people to look back and say that you mattered. But here's the truth. Most people won't tell you. The world doesn't owe you remembrance. The world doesn't care about your potential or your plans or the person you thought you'd become. The world only remembers what you actually did. Look around you right now. How many people do you think are living below what they're capable of? How many people had dreams 5 years ago that they've completely abandoned? How many people tell themselves they'll start tomorrow, next week, next month, next year? The graveyard is full of untapped potential, full of people who were going to do something great, who were going to write that book, start that business, get in shape, build something meaningful. But they waited, they hesitated, they made excuses, and now nobody remembers them at all. You think you have time. You think you can coast for a while and then suddenly flip a switch and become great. That's not how it works. Every day you waste is a day you'll never get back. Every moment you spend in comfort is a moment someone else is using to get better than you. While you're scrolling through your phone, someone is working. While you're making excuses, someone is executing. While you're talking about what you're going to do, someone is actually doing it. The hard truth is that most people will be forgotten. Most people will live ordinary lives and leave nothing behind. Their fears will have been bigger than their actions. Their comfort will have been more important than their legacy. And when they're gone, the world will move on like they were never here. That might sound harsh, but it's reality. You can be upset about it or you can use it as fuel. You know what separates the people who win from everyone else? It's not talent, it's not luck, it's not connections. It's the refusal to accept being forgotten. It's waking up every single day with something to prove, not to other people, but to yourself. It's looking in the mirror and demanding more. It's being honest about where you are versus where you want to be. It's facing the gap between your current reality and your potential, and deciding that gap is unacceptable. Most people can't handle that confrontation. They can't look at themselves honestly because the truth hurts too much. So they lie. They tell themselves they're doing fine. They tell themselves they'll get serious later. They tell themselves they're different, that they're special, that somehow the rules don't apply to them. But time keeps moving. Days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, months turn into years. And suddenly you're looking back wondering where it all went. You want to know why people give up on their dreams? It's not because the dream was too hard. It's because they were too comfortable being mediocre. They got used to the version of themselves that doesn't push, that doesn't sacrifice, that doesn't do the uncomfortable things required to be great. They chose the easy path, and the easy path leads to being forgotten. There's a version of you that exists right now only in your mind, the version that works harder than everyone else, the version that doesn't make excuses, the version that shows up even when motivation is gone, the version that keeps going when everything hurts. That version is either going to become reality or it's going to haunt you for the rest of your life. You get to choose, but choosing the hard path means accepting some brutal truths. It means accepting that you're going to be tired, that you're going to want to quit, that there will be days when you question everything, that people won't understand, that you'll have to say no to things that everyone else says yes to, that you'll have to work when others rest, that you'll have to be disciplined when others are distracted, that you'll have to be relentless when others give up. The price of being remembered is paid in the moments when nobody is watching. It's paid in the early mornings, in the late nights, in the decisions you make when you're exhausted, in the work you do when there's no applause, in the consistency you maintain when there's no immediate reward. That's where legends are built, not in the spotlight, not in the moments of glory, but in the dark, grinding, lonely hours where you're the only one who knows how hard you're pushing. You know what's interesting? Most people who achieve something significant will tell you it wasn't their talent that got them there. It was their refusal to quit. It was getting back up after being knocked down over and over. It was continuing to believe when everyone else stopped believing. It was doing the work even when the work stopped being fun. They didn't win because winning was easy. They won because losing wasn't an option they were willing to accept. Think about every person you admire, every person whose name you know, every person who made an impact. They all had moments where they could have quit, where it would have been easier to stop, where the rational thing would have been to give up. But they didn't. They kept going. They kept pushing. They kept fighting. And that's why you know their names. Now think about all the people who quit, all the people who had the same opportunities but chose comfort over growth, all the people who let fear make their decisions, all the people who talked about what they were going to do but never actually did it. You don't know their names. Nobody does. Because the world doesn't remember quitters. You're at a crossroads right now, whether you realize it or not. One path leads to comfort, safety, and being forgotten. The other path leads to struggle, growth, and the possibility of something meaningful. Most people choose the first path without even knowing they're choosing it. They just drift. They follow the crowd. They do what's expected. They play it safe. And then one day they wake up and realize they've become exactly what they were afraid of becoming. Ordinary. But you have a choice. You can decide right now that you're not going to be part of the majority. That you're not going to let your fears determine your future. That you're not going to look back with regret. That you're going to do whatever it takes to become the person you're capable of being. That decision has to be made fresh every single day. It's not a one-time thing. It's a commitment you make over and over. The beautiful thing about this is that nobody can stop you except yourself. All the external obstacles, all the challenges, all the setbacks, they're nothing compared to the power of someone who's made up their mind. When you truly commit, when you burn the ships and decide there's no plan B, everything changes. Your energy changes, your focus changes, your actions change. And when your actions change consistently over time, your life changes. But commitment without action is just daydreaming. You can want to win all day long. You can visualize success. You can set goals. You can make plans. But if you're not putting in the actual work, none of it matters. The work is where dreams either become reality or die, and the work is hard. That's the point. If it was easy, everyone would do it. If it was comfortable, there would be no reward. The difficulty is what makes it valuable. You need to understand something about hard work. It's not just about putting in hours. It's about putting in focused, intentional, relentless effort toward a specific goal. It's about being strategic. It's about learning from failures. It's about adjusting when something isn't working. It's about being smart enough to know the difference between hard work and wasted effort. Some people work hard their entire lives and have nothing to show for it because they were working hard on the wrong things. So before you commit to the grind, you need to be clear on what you're grinding for. What do you actually want? Not what your parents want, not what society expects, not what looks good on paper. What do you want? What lights you up? What makes you forget about time? What would you do even if nobody paid you? That's your compass. That's what should guide your effort. Once you know what you want, the next question is, what are you willing to sacrifice to get it? Because everything has a price. Success has a price. Excellence has a price. Being remembered has a price. That price is paid in time, energy, relationships, comfort, and short-term pleasure. You can't have everything. You have to choose, and most people aren't willing to pay the price. They want the result without the sacrifice. But you can't negotiate with reality. You can't shortcut the process. You can't hack your way to greatness. You have to earn it, day by day, rep by rep, decision by decision. There's no magic formula. There's no secret trick. There's just you and the work. And the question is whether you're willing to do what most people won't. Here's what most people won't do. They won't work when they don't feel like it. They won't push through discomfort. They won't face their fears. They won't have difficult conversations. They won't risk failure. They won't look stupid while they're learning. They won't be patient with the process. They won't stay consistent when results aren't immediate. They won't sacrifice short-term pleasure for long-term gain. And that's exactly why they lose. You have to be willing to do all of that and more. You have to be willing to be uncomfortable for years. You have to be willing to fail publicly. You have to be willing to work while others play. You have to be willing to be misunderstood. You have to be willing to be lonely. You have to be willing to doubt yourself and keep going anyway. You have to be willing to invest in yourself when there's no guarantee of return. That's the real test. Not whether you can work hard when things are going well. Anyone can do that. The test is whether you can keep going when everything is falling apart, when you've failed multiple times, when people are doubting you, when you're doubting yourself, when you're tired, when you're broke, when you're scared, when you have every reason to quit. That's when character is revealed. That's when you find out who you really are. And here's the thing about failure. It's not the opposite of success. It's part of success. Every person who's accomplished anything significant has failed more times than most people have tried. The difference is they didn't let failure define them. They didn't let one setback or 10 setbacks or 100 setbacks convince them to quit. They learned. They adjusted. They got better. They kept moving forward. You're going to fail. Accept that right now. You're going to mess up. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to have moments where you question everything. That's part of the process. The question is, what are you going to do when that happens? Are you going to use it as an excuse to quit? Or are you going to use it as information to improve? The people who win are the people who fail forward. They don't repeat the same mistakes. They don't make excuses. They take responsibility. They figure out what went wrong. They make adjustments. And they try again and again and again until they get it right. That's the formula. It's not complicated, but it's hard, and most people aren't willing to go through it. You need to develop a different relationship with struggle. Most people see struggle as something to avoid, something that means they're on the wrong path, something that signals they should quit. But struggle is where growth happens. Struggle is the price of admission to the next level. Struggle is how you become someone capable of handling what you want. Think about it. If you got everything you wanted right now without having to work for it, could you even handle it? Would you appreciate it? Would you know how to maintain it? Probably not. The struggle isn't just about getting to the goal. It's about becoming the person who deserves the goal. It's about building the character, the skills, the mindset, the discipline required to not only achieve something but to keep it. That's why shortcuts don't work. Even if you could skip the struggle, you shouldn't, because the struggle is where you're forged. It's where your mental toughness is developed. It's where you learn what you're made of. It's where you discover strengths you didn't know you had. It's where you become someone worth remembering. But you have to choose the struggle. You have to walk into it willingly. You have to embrace it. You have to understand that the pain you feel today is building the strength you'll need tomorrow. Every hard day is making you harder. Every challenge is making you more capable. Every obstacle is teaching you something you need to know. Nothing is wasted if you're paying attention. The problem is most people aren't paying attention. They're going through life on autopilot. They're reacting instead of responding. They're letting circumstances control them instead of taking control of circumstances. They're living by default instead of by design. And then they wonder why they're not where they want to be. You have to wake up. You have to become conscious of your choices. You You have to realize that everything you do matters. Every decision compounds. Every action has consequences. The small choices you make every day are either moving you toward your goals or away from them. There's no neutral. You're either getting better or getting worse. You're either building momentum or losing it. So what are you doing with your time? What are you doing with your energy? What are you doing with your attention? Are you investing in your future or wasting your present? Are you building skills or building excuses? Are you surrounding yourself with people who push you or people who enable your mediocrity? Are you consuming content that makes you better or content that numbs you? These are the questions you need to ask yourself honestly, not the answers you wish were true, the actual truth, because you can't change what you won't acknowledge. You can't fix problems you pretend don't exist. You have to get real with yourself about where you are and what needs to change. That's the starting point. And once you know what needs to change, you have to change it. Not think about changing it, not plan to change it, not talk about changing it. Actually change it. Take action. Do something different. Make a new choice. Break an old pattern. Start building a new habit. The moment you take action is the moment you take your power back. But action without consistency is just a moment. You need to string moments together. You need to show up day after day. You need to do the work even when you don't feel like it. Especially when you don't feel like it. That's when it matters most. When motivation is gone and you do it anyway. When you're tired and you do it anyway. When you're discouraged and you do it anyway. That's discipline. That's what separates the people who win from everyone else. Discipline is not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. It's about making the right choice more often than the wrong choice. It's about getting back on track when you fall off. It's about not letting one bad day become a bad week. It's about understanding that progress is not linear. There will be ups and downs, good days and bad days. But as long as you keep moving forward, you're winning. You have to give yourself permission to be imperfect while demanding that you keep trying. That's the balance. You're not going to get it right every time. You're going to have setbacks. You're going to have moments of weakness. That's human. But you can't use your humanity as an excuse to quit. You use it as a reminder that growth is hard for everyone, that struggle is universal, that you're not alone in this fight. But you are alone in your decisions. Nobody can make them for you. Nobody can do the work for you. Nobody can want it for you. This is on you, your life, your responsibility, your choice. You can blame circumstances all you want. You can point to all the reasons why it's harder for you. But at the end of the day, the question remains, what are you going to do about it? You can spend your energy making excuses, or you can spend it making progress. You can focus on everything that's wrong, or you can focus on what you can control. You can be a victim of your situation, or you can be the author of your story. The power is in your hands. It always has been. You just have to claim it. And claiming it means accepting full responsibility for your life, not partial responsibility, not responsibility for the easy stuff, full responsibility. Everything that happens to you from this point forward is on you, not because you caused everything, but because you're the only one who can respond to everything. You're the only one who can decide what things mean. You're the only one who can choose how to move forward. That's actually liberating once you accept it, because if you're responsible, that means you have power. That means you're not at the mercy of external forces. That means you can change things. You can improve, you can grow, you can win, but only if you stop waiting for someone else to save you. Only if you stop waiting for perfect conditions. Only if you stop waiting at all. The time is now, not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel ready. Now, because you're never going to feel completely ready. You're never going to have all the answers. You're never going to have perfect confidence. You just have to start. You have to take the first step even though you can't see the whole staircase. You have to trust that the path will reveal itself as you walk. That's faith, not religious faith necessarily, but faith in yourself, faith in the process, faith that if you do the work, something good will come from it. Maybe not exactly what you planned, maybe not on your timeline, but something. And that something might be better than what you originally imagined. But you'll never know if you don't start. So start today, start right now. Take one action toward the person you want to become, one small step. It doesn't have to be dramatic, it just has to be real. Do something that your future self will thank you for. Make one decision that moves you forward instead of keeping you stuck, and then do it again tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that. Build momentum, create a streak, stack small wins, prove to yourself that you can do hard things, prove to yourself that you can keep commitments, prove to yourself that you're not who you used to be. You're becoming someone new, someone stronger, someone more disciplined, someone who doesn't quit, because that's what this is really about. Becoming someone who doesn't quit, someone who keeps going no matter what, someone who finds a way instead of finding an excuse, someone who sees obstacles as opportunities, someone who uses pain as fuel, someone who refuses to be average, someone who demands more from themselves than anyone else ever could. That person is in you right now, waiting, ready, capable. You just have to let them out. You have to stop being who you've been and start being who you're meant to be. You have to stop playing small, stop hiding, stop making yourself less so other people feel comfortable. Stop apologizing for wanting more. Stop dimming your light. The world needs people who refuse to settle, people who chase greatness, people who aren't afraid to fail, people who lead by example, people who inspire others through their actions. People who prove that ordinary people can do extraordinary things if they're willing to pay the price. You can be that person, but you have to choose it every single day. You have to choose growth over comfort, excellence over mediocrity, action over hesitation, courage over fear, progress over perfection, the future over the past. And you have to understand that this choice will make you uncomfortable. It will make you unpopular at times. It will make people question you. It will make you question yourself. It will cost you things. But what's the alternative? Living with regret, wondering what could have been, watching others achieve what you were capable of, being forgotten. That's not an option. That can't be an option. Not for you. Not anymore. You've come too far. You've learned too much. You've suffered through too much to quit now. Everything you've been through was preparing you for what's ahead. Every failure taught you something. Every setback made you stronger. Every challenge revealed something about your character. You're ready for this. You might not feel ready, but you are. You have everything you need to start. You have enough knowledge, enough resources, enough time, enough energy. What you need now is commitment, unwavering, unshakable, undeniable commitment to becoming who you're capable of being. So make the commitment. Right now, in this moment, decide that you're done being average. Decide that you're done making excuses. Decide that you're done letting fear run your life. Decide that you're done waiting for permission. Decide that you're done settling. Decide that you're going to win or die trying. Because that's what it takes. That level of commitment, that level of intensity, that level of focus, that level of determination. You have to want it more than you want comfort, more than you want approval, more than you want to fit in, more than you want to avoid pain. You have to want it so badly that quitting isn't even a consideration. And when you have that level of want, nothing can stop you. Not circumstances, not setbacks, not criticism, not doubt, not fear, nothing. Because you've made up your mind. And a made-up mind is the most powerful force in the world. It moves mountains. It breaks barriers. It creates possibilities where none existed. It refuses to accept no for an answer. That's the mindset you need to develop. The mindset of someone who's already won, not because success is guaranteed, but because failure is not an option. You're going to keep trying different approaches until something works. You're going to keep learning until you figure it out. You're going to keep pushing until you break through. There's no other option. This is your life, your one shot, your chance to matter, your opportunity to leave something behind, to be remembered, to make a difference, to prove that you were here, that you did something, that you became someone, that you mattered. Don't waste it. Don't let fear steal it from you. Don't let comfort rob you of your potential. Don't let other people's opinions determine your path. Don't let temporary setbacks become permanent excuses. Don't let the voice in your head that says you can't win. You can win. You will win. If you refuse to quit, if you refuse to settle, if you refuse to be forgotten, the choice is yours. The power is yours. The time is now. Win or be forgotten. Those are your options. Choose to win. Choose it every day. Choose it in every moment. Choose it when it's hard. Choose it when you're tired. Choose it when you're scared. Choose it when you're alone. Choose it when nobody believes in you. Choose to win, because the alternative is unacceptable. Being forgotten is unacceptable. Living below your potential is unacceptable. Dying with your music still in you is unacceptable. You were born for more than that. You were created for more than that. You have greatness inside you. You have gifts the world needs. You have a story that matters. But that story only matters if you live it, if you write it with your actions, if you refuse to let it end before it really begins. So get up, get moving, get after it. Stop waiting. Stop hesitating. Stop overthinking. Just start. Take action. Make progress. Build momentum. Create results. Show the world what you're made of. Show yourself what you're capable of. Prove that you're not just talk, that you're not just potential, that you're real, that you're serious, that you're committed, that you're relentless, that you're unstoppable. Become the person you were meant to be, not the watered-down version, not the safe version, not the version that fits in, the real version, the powerful version. The version that scares you a little bit because you've never been that before. That version is waiting for you. On the other side of fear, on the other side of comfort, on the other side of excuses, all you have to do is decide. Decide that you're done being who you've been. Decide that you're ready to become who you're meant to be. Decide that you're going to win no matter what it takes. Make that decision right now. Let it change you. Let it drive you. Let it consume you. Let it become your identity. You are someone who wins. You are someone who doesn't quit. You are someone who will be remembered, not because you're lucky, not because it was easy, but because you refuse to accept any other outcome. That's who you are. That's who you're becoming. That's who you've always been underneath all the doubt and fear. Now it's time to prove it. Time to show up. Time to do the work. Time to pay the price. Time to earn your place. Time to build your legacy. Win or be forgotten. You've made your choice.